Now I've slowed this down to 10% of its original speed. So I think when the video opens, there's a fireball in the sky overhead. It's lighting up the background. Then it fades, and then it brightens back up again. Watch back here first. Light goes down, and watch it come back up, and then watch back here. It comes back up. Now watch. 2 sparks. Oh, several. And then boom. And then the camera gets knocked off its axis. So I did a search of meteors hitting power lines, and this is what I found.
What we saw was this fireball barreling down the power lines and emanating an extreme amount of heat that essentially forced us back inside because it was so hot.
That's not even an isolated incident. There were more. Now look at that. You see the gas?
Others also caught the chaos on camera, which caused bushes to catch fire and traffic lights to fall off their stands. It also left about 10,000 customers without power for hours.
Storm. Their neighbor Sebastian Nolte captured that on video.
Fire going down our line.
How many times did that happen?
Like 3 times, I think.
The neighbors lost their power again.
This is a map of the fires. That's a map of coverage from Hawaiian Electric. Notice that the fires seem to have happened like in these areas that are like between coverage areas. Maybe this is where they have the high voltage power lines carrying power. Here we are looking at some of the damage, obviously. This is before, but you can see that was all electrical towers. This is that same area. This is the aerial footage showing you now. See, this is all electrical equipment. Look at these trees. They're all by these power lines, and they've all been burned. The ground underneath is blackened, scorched, and notice it doesn't even go further out into the grasses. It's just underneath where the power lines go. Notice this is highly landscaped property. I imagine that there is some kind of electric lighting installed through here. All of this is charred. And notice where it's the blackest is right here around what looks like an electric box. Electric cables from where it goes through it over here. I noticed that every single house left standing in Lahaina is solar powered, and that every single house that was tied into the electric grid was vaporized, and the people inside them didn't make it out. But having solar power wasn't a guarantee that the structure would survive. Solar powered structures that had mature trees planted very close to them were also vaporized. These buildings were solar powered, but they were too close to the trees. It seems to be power lines and trees were the biggest threats during this. Both are excellent conductors of electricity. And I do believe these were electrified gases that had passed through the upper atmosphere. If I had to guess, my guess would be hydrogen plasma, because hydrogen can burn practically invisibly during the daytime. And I read accounts of people saying that it was as if the fire was coming down from the sky at them. And I think that describes perfectly what I think happened.